Well, hello, everyone. This is John Byrne with Poets and Quants. We have a special treat for you today. We're going to talk about a new luxury program in Paris. And with us today to talk about that and the school that's sponsoring this executive education program is Benoit Banchereau. He's Director of Sciences Executive Education in the heart of Paris. Now, this is an institution that recently celebrated its 150th anniversary. It's a highly prestigious institution known for its humanities and social sciences. 6 of the last 8 presidents of France have been trained at this institution. And I think you're going to really enjoy our conversation. Benoit, welcome.
Yeah, hello, John. This is so good to see you. How are you?
Very
Um,
good.
Thank you for hosting us. It's always a pleasure to catch up with you. And actually, I was realizing while we were actually talking to each other that it had been a while actually since I last saw you. And every time I see you, great memories come to my mind. I fondly recall the luxury treks that I brought you on when we visited the Fèvres vineyards in Burgundy and also La Veuve Clicquot in Champagne. And
Lovely trips and lovely, really entertaining. Your students back then were terrific, and they were really informative, innovative trips, which you're going to duplicate in this new program. But let's talk a little bit about your institution that you joined and give people an idea of its history, its importance in France.
yeah, just to give you and to the audience a few words about Sciences Po Paris, because it might actually be known by some of your audience, but some of the Americans and also the international students might not know this great school. We are an international research university. And we are very strong in humanities, in social sciences, economy, and geopolitics. And we have a highly recognized international faculty. We have about 250 professors, permanent professors in Sciences Po. The school has strong ties, actually, with Ivy League school, like Columbia, for instance. We have a double degree with Columbia. But you're right, many Americans might not be aware of our school. So just to set the scene, like you said, we are very proud to have as alumni of presidents. I mean, I think all our presidents of France and prime minister, they graduated from Sciences Po, and it's for us the elite school par excellence. And but not only actually on the public sphere. Our notable Sciences Po alumni are the directors of the CAC 40 companies like BNP Paribas. You might be familiar with Société Générale, Carrefour, Saint-Gobain, but also, of course, the French luxury groups, LVMH and Hermès. And did you know that Christian Dior was an alumnus of Sciences Po?
Wow.
Yeah.
I had no idea. That's remarkable. And of
Oh,
course,
I discovered it.
Emmanuel Macron, we should say, is also an alum.
And just to give you also some other elements about Sciences Po Paris, we receive actually the 15,000 students every year at Sciences Po. So this is really huge. The public that we receive. Half are coming from France and half are coming from abroad. The university is actually around 7 schools, business school, public affairs, international affairs, journalism, urbanism, law, and research. And we are actually quite well ranked by QS as #1 in Europe in politics. Like you said, we are based in the heart of Paris. And for the ones who know the city, our campus is in Saint-Germain-des-Prés in the 7th arrondissement. We are just a few blocks and a bridge away from Le Louvre Museum that our audience might know.
Absolutely.
And we are actually not quite as old as the Louvre, but we have been around, like you say, around 150 years.
And you have 90,000 alumni as well, which is remarkable, in
Yes.
more than 130 chapters all across the United States, and all across the country, actually, and the world.
Yeah, actually, we are pretty proud of our alumni community. It's pretty strong. Our alumni community is all over the world, and an extremely active community. And we often, most of the alumni often accumulate diplomas from top international schools, and Sciences Po. This is really a way of doing Sciences Po also in France and in the world, is that you might have actually already a diploma from a business school, for instance, and then you would do a master just to make sure that you cover actually both ranges from politics, humanities, and also a business school. We have 130 alumni chapters around the world, just to tell you, and around some topics like entrepreneurship, luxury, and we're hosting networking events and conferences to share career opportunities. The richness of the community lies in the fact that they are, like I said, top public actors and politicians, and as business leaders from multinational companies. So this creates a powerful and really unmatched community that we are particularly proud of. And you know that coming from a top school, when we met, it was in this environment with a top business school, international business school. I can tell you that I've never seen such a powerful network with a real impact on business and society, which makes actually really a difference.
Yeah, I'm sure. And I didn't realize how extensive your portfolio of executive education courses are.
Yes, the executive education actually was meant to really to extend what makes the reputation of the school at the undergrad level, and to translate it into other programs dedicated to an audience from 25 to 50, to be, to give you the range of our participants. We have the open enrollment and custom programs really cover all professional areas. We have different themes: management and strategy, corporate governance, leadership, public affairs, and transformation. And it's really the perfect vehicle to carry the very best of Sciences Po Paris. Actually, our flagship, we were talking about the MBA earlier, but our flagship is the MPA, the Master in Public Administration. We have an Executive Master in Public Administration that we are very proud of, which is extremely popular and attracts a lot of participants all over the world. We created this program, it's exactly the illustration of what I was saying earlier, with one of the school of Sciences Po, the School of Public Affairs of Sciences Po, and it's a real success. The program is focused on international relations, diplomacy, geopolitics, and they are actually really the key topics of a school. And you know that at the moment, to understand what is going on in the world, to grasp exactly what is at stake, it's actually essential to master those domains, those themes.
And you have, which surprised me to learn, more than 120 open enrollment executive education programs, including, of course, this new one, which will debut in May. Tell us about it.
Yeah, this is actually a little golden nugget that we have recently created. In the same vein of what I was mentioning earlier, and in a few words, I'd like to introduce you to our latest program on luxury. It has been directly inspired by the renowned 2-year Master Marketing New Luxury and Art de Vivre that we have at the School of Management at Sciences Po Paris. Every year, this master's program trains students develop talent for the main luxury houses in France and abroad, and they are placed by our career department in key luxury companies. So these are the names that you know already: Chanel, Hermes, LVMH, Kering. And the beauty of it is that all the headquarters of those companies are right around Sciences Po. They are all in Paris, and it's only 10 minutes away from Sciences Po. So this is also, the proximity, the geographical proximity is something that is actually quite important for us, because it strengthened the ties that we can have with those companies.
And that's a 2-year degree program with a focus on the marketing of luxury goods, right?
Yeah, that's right. And what was at stake, it was to create, because this is what the participants want more and more, it's to create a program, a certificate, very, very intense, but very valuable at the same time, so that actually you could, whether during a transition to luxury, if you wish to move from one sector to another, or for the ones who are actually working in the luxury sector, to strengthen, to upskill actually them, especially with some key subjects that maybe I can develop. But we were talking about the treks to Champagne region, where I took you earlier at the Veuve Clicquot, and the ones who will actually participate to this great program that, by the way, starts in May 17 in Paris. We will take them to the Champagne region and to the Ruinart Maison. So I don't know if many of you are familiar with Ruinart, but it's really one of the most exquisite, the most delicious champagne in Reims, and it belongs to LVMH. And we will be welcome and received the right way during this trip to this wonderful maison. So I guess, John, you would like to join the program. There's no wonder about that.
Goodness, absolutely. I have to say, what you're saying is not an exaggeration. Having been to Vivre Clicquot, with the white gloves and the beautiful banquet in this magnificent mansion, but more importantly, talking about sustainability, innovation, and the experience of enjoying a luxury good, and how do you create that experience from a marketing standpoint, is invaluable to people who are wanting to market in luxury, or people who are already in luxury and looking for the edge.
Yeah, and the program, to give you actually a little bit more about the program, so we can just dive a little bit into it. It will cover the fundamentals of the changing luxury industry, such as the codes, vocabulary, and scope. The program explores the history, the cultural heritage, the sociology, sorry, it's hard for me, for a French guy, to say sociology, of luxury, through masterclasses and visits to luxury houses and companies. Experts will share with our participants the strategies and market studies, but also their approaches to sustainability, like you mentioned, and environmental issues, as well as digital disruption and innovation. There will also be a networking event with HR and alumni from the big luxury houses. We are very proud of having actually a large pool of alumni from Sciences Po who work in the luxury houses, including a gala cocktail. I have to tell you that we have planned everything. So I can only strongly recommend the audience to know better about this program, to watch our webinar, which is available on our website. We recently hold this webinar, and it's very rich. You will know exactly everything about it. You will hear from our program advisor, from our program manager, and even from an alumna who works actually at Chanel. and it's a very, very interesting testimony that she's bringing.
And I should point out, this is a program that is in English. It's a total immersion in the luxury goods market. It is 6 days long.
Yeah.
And the networking gala that you mentioned, I just need to say, it will be at a five-star hotel in Paris. Need I say more? And I'm just going to say, look, if anyone is interested in the luxury market or those who are already in it, you can't go to a better place than France to understand how sophisticated and how nuanced the marketing is at the very highest end. And I think, the location and the players in this market, who are all the key players who will be part of your program, really make this unique in the world.
Yeah, and you know that, John, what really makes the difference with other programs on luxury is that we provide a vision of the luxury trends and transformations of tomorrow. And unlike business schools, and I know what I'm talking about, we don't focus on the business commercial aspects of the luxury trade, on the consumer's purchasing power and needs. We look at the sociological, historical and cultural aspects of what influences the sector, and take into account all the political, environmental, digital transformation and adaptation to grasp a better comprehension of where the luxury is going. And you know that when I was recruiting MBAs, I met a lot of participants, and you met them as well when we did our treks. They all wanted to transition to the luxury sector, and the general MBA instruction was very useful, of course, but I really think that they lacked an immersive and dedicated experience into luxury in order to gain legitimacy on the subject, and most of all, the network, because what is key is really the network to get into the luxury sector.
True, which is why I love the idea of an alumni networking gala, which is something you never really see in an executive education program ever. The other interesting thing about this is that your demographic, your target demographic, are people who are already in the industry, right?
Yep, it's both. It's actually the ones who are in the industry and the ones who want to transition to the industry.
Right. So you can use this program as a pivot into the luxury goods market.
Exactly. This is really the point. And I was talking about the network, and really the professional network is a key element of the program. Following this certificate actually grants access to the Sciences Po alumni community for life without any additional cost. So just to tell you how even this certificate is valued by the community of Sciences Po, they said, okay, we're opening the alumni community, and with no extra charges, everything will be included in the tuition fees, and you have an adhesion for life to the community. So this is really a tremendous asset that you rarely see actually in another school. And when you consider actually the portion of alumni who are working in key companies in the luxury industry with a senior level position and have organized, within the alumni community, different events and get-togethers, it really shows the true power of this community and the willingness to create links with the current and the previous students.
Right. Now, the first class, as you mentioned, starts on May 17th.
Yes.
So there's still plenty of time to apply and get ready for the program, right?
Yeah, that's right. And we have actually our program advisors and our program manager who are actually more than happy to answer any questions. So what I would actually advise our audience, it's really first, if you go on our website of Sciences Po Executive Education. You will find the program. Please just watch the webinar because it's very rich. You'll get all the information, and you'll see how this program can actually change your life. So I think it's really one thing that they need to do. And then if they are really interested by this transition to luxury, speak with our people at Sciences Po. They are very instrumental. They will actually give you all the information that you need to make your decision to come or not to Paris and live actually a wonderful experience.
Absolutely. Boy, where do I sign up?
Okay, we're waiting for your application, John.
Well, it's terrific. It's been great fun to see you again and to have a chat. And I look forward to seeing you in person, for sure.
Yeah, thank you very much, John. I really appreciate it. And it was a pleasure to see you again. So like you say, we'll see each other in France or in the States. And I think from what I heard, it will be at the end of the year, maybe, that you will be around in Paris. And we're waiting for you.
That sounds great. All right. We've been speaking to Benoit Banchereau. He's the Director of Executive Education at a really great and prestigious institution. I'm going to screw it up because I'm American. We would say Sciences Po, but it's really
Sciences
not.
Po.
It's
Yeah, you could say that.
no,
Sciences
it's
Po.
Sciences Po. It's Sciences Po, not Sciences Po, which has been in existence for over 150 years.
Yeah.
It's world renowned for its humanities and social sciences and economy. And as we pointed out before, your alumni network is extraordinary, absolutely extraordinary, including 6 of the last 8 French presidents and many of the CEOs and entrepreneurs who are in the luxury business. So, having this on one's resume on your CV, and having access to this incredible alumni network would really open a lot of doors, and open the doors to basically insider knowledge about how this industry works at the very highest levels. Benoit, a pleasure as always. And for all of you out there watching, thank you.